Yeah, and I think MiBR realized, so that means whatever plan they had, now they have to work around that a little bit. They at least have to consider it. If they wanted to go far towards B, then they have to know that Liquid at least will realize that there's no one threatening the A bomb site right now. So a little bit annoying for them, maybe. It seems like they're grouping up, but they have a Molotov. If they can get ELEAGUE away, NAF could be dead quick.
This is a bit of a mind game, though, from Liquid when you think about it, because what normally happens on these pistol rounds is A is the retake and B has the stack, and they just try and drop a smoke on the bomb and kind of diffuse it in the smoke when MiBR hits A. Now if MiBR goes at this, 3 players here, ELEAGUE's presence, aggressive, kind of gives it up. This might start to feel like an obvious bait. NAF is all alone at the moment. Twist is going to help out, but look at Fur up on top of the box, and NAF wasn't expecting that whatsoever.
Nope, Crosshair in the wrong position. He will go down. It's still a 4-on-4. Twist and ELEAGUE. Now Nitro rotating in towards the bomb site. So 3 men here, and a 4th one coming in. Taco right up at the highway. A lot of damage being put out right now by MiBR, and it will be Fallen to get the first kill. He goes down. Twist with 2 big headshots, and I think coldzera is in a lot of trouble right now. With the bomb down, maybe he could spend some time just trying to fight them individually, but right now, he's got to look for it. And they fight him a bit too early. Again, no bomb plant, so no real reason for ELEAGUE or Taco to be fighting this. And now, the 2 former teammates fighting each other. Taco with the health advantage, and coldzera with the Glock. Sneaking around, trying to win this fight based on position. 9 seconds left, and Taco playing it smartly and waiting. Bomb will be going down, and now Taco up on the high ground. Spin spotted. coldzera almost catching him mid-air. Taco a little bit nervous, and he's going to be going down. coldzera with the triple kill and the clutch. That's a big way to begin.
Yeah, look at the composure as well. 15 HP, and Taco makes the blunder, putting himself in the air, gives away his position. A lot of time for coldzera to get prepared for that next peak, and especially closing the gap for coldzera, right? He really got close enough for that Glock to do the damage.
I think any time, no matter who you are, if you're in a 1-versus-1 against coldzera, that's going to be in the back of your mind. Yeah. But even more so, maybe if you're a former teammate, I could sort of imagine that you don't want to lose that.
Also, I mean, I did just focus on Taco there, but you have to look at that fight from ELEAGUE, staying up on top, not fighting in a position where Taco can actually assist him in the 2-versus-1. Twist riding some momentum, going for an early peek on when he thinks the bomb is getting planted, gets eliminated. That's a 1-versus-3 for coldzera to win in the pistol round, and this has happened before for Team Liquid. They've referenced it on day 1, talking about a missed pistol round opportunity in a similar situation. They said, yeah, that put us entirely on tilt, and it lasted about 6 rounds. Remember, MiBR in that opening day matchup between these 2 teams got out to an early lead, and Team Liquid had to come back.
Well, we've been saying from, I think, day 1, wouldn't it be fantastic if Team Liquid would actually just start a game not behind, 5 or 6 rounds.
Just win, start to finish.
Yeah, just get that beautiful start. They do seem to be good at coming back into the games, which is interesting, but against a team like...
You don't want that to be your thing, though, right?
No, you really don't. Like, against this team, riding or just counting on the comeback, that could be a little bit tricky. Do have a armor on everybody, upgraded pistols all around. This is actually a dangerous round if you're a MiBR. You've got to be very careful here. You've got 1 AK-47. Taco going down. It's a good flashbang, really good assist to get in through that vent, and that should pretty much clear it up. The rest of Liquid might have to think about saving these guns for the next round.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't even go for it. Just back off. Nitro's in a pretty good spot. He might have already been spotted. Fallen was checking behind. Still watching that, but yes, a good aggressive round from MiBR. And the thing we also have to think about, this MiBR team, yes, they've struggled, and I know a lot of us analysts picked Team Liquid to win today if you follow the ELEAGUE Twitter and kind of saw those predictions get sent out. But this is going to be much more of a battle for Team Liquid, much more of a test. This MiBR team with Terra coming in, they're going to get better and better as time goes on. They haven't had a lot of time to practice with them, so this is going to be a much different looking team than we saw on day 1. As we've alluded a number of times, this rematch allows MiBR to make the necessary adjustments.
Yeah, I think that's a big point that Janko brought up on the desk is the fact that that's what they're really good at, just adjusting throughout the tournament and getting to play a similar map. Same map here on Cash definitely makes a difference. 3rd round coming up now, and the armor is saved on 3 people. They managed to steal a MAC-10. That could be really interesting on ELEAGUE. It's a kind of weapon that can get at close range, could definitely get a couple of kills.
Yeah, going to be tough, but especially if there's any kind of confusion, if he's, a piece of the stack, and you also pass that CZ over to NAF, might not be the worst idea to give him the Deagle instead without armor, but you can't complain with Twist on that weapon. Either way, MiBR looking to extend their lead to 3-0. ELEAGUE going to get close up. No backup, so Fur can swing on him, but patiently getting all the way into the smoke, and how far does he want to go? We've seen this get pre-spammed. Specifically just yesterday when I think it was Stewie that was inside of it, got brought down pretty low. Which isn't going to hug it though. And still patience from both teams. We are not willing to have any kind of aggression. For 20 health, that MAC-10 just couldn't do the damage at range.
If it had, there's a 50-50 chance that gun drops off the roof. And I mean, that's the AK lost on the wrong side. So it could have been a little bit tricky, but all of that is avoided. And they could just continue to play this slow for quite a long time if they want to feel out what kind of defense they're facing. We talk about this so much, but if you want to win some of these rounds that are supposed to be a little bit easy, it really is critical that you use your grenades properly. If you try and save them for whatever reason, you want to save $200 or $300, usually that's the first way that things go wrong. The other way it could go badly is you run into a stack mode.
I was going to say, they're walking right into the trap that Liquid has set. They better use their utility. They're going to be in some trouble. Naf up top, a lot of damage can be done from him, and that's going to be an important part. Twist almost gets his head picked off before it even begins. The tough part now is, yes, this is a stack, but that showing from Twist tells MiBR there's 2 players inside the bomb site. Twist with the opening kill. Naf is going to pounce on the first player he sees. Can't get anything more than that.
Can't. Now it's down to Twist, and we've already seen him get some great headshots with Deal. They're very low on time as well, 18 seconds, and Taco picking up the gun at the wrong time. Twist going to be going down, and that leaves Nitro 1 versus 3. That's just too many targets in front of him. So MiBR, they're just at the end. Fallen picks up a triple kill, and they're going to win the round. So Liquid, now they can buy rifles.
Yeah, but that was still a great opportunity for Liquid, and it felt like they lost their nerve right at the end. A lot of players peaking for some fights. You have under 20 seconds left. MiBR still has to commit to the bomb site. Make them make the move and walk into your crosshairs. Give them an opportunity that they pounced upon by peeking and taking those fights too early. Nonetheless, as you said, the rifles are out. Best chance for Team Liquid to get started. 4 M4s, the off isn't there. Good utility, no kits on the defensive side. Nitro and ELEAGUE start the round out with a mid-emphasis, but they're playing towards highway so they can rotate up towards that A bomb site and bail Twist out.
I wonder what it would have happened if Naf hadn't gone for the secondary peek, because they have to commit, sort of walk through A main to actually peek him, and there would have been like 2 people on the bomb site that could have shot them if they tried it. But you know, hindsight's always a good thing.
It was probably, I imagine it would be awkward for him, the fact that he got that first kill and there was no one else coming, like that he just didn't see or hear any more indication. Liquid have used all that utility. There's the push in towards A main. That smoke didn't even, I mean, that flashbang didn't even do a whole lot. Defer just couldn't find that kill. Twist at 8 HP, very, very close. And actually, they're going to dink down Tarek as well. Spam, he's got to dodge those bullets and get out of there. Good advantage for Team Liquid.
Yeah, that's a big way to begin a round. Even if Tarek has the UMP, it does put a lot of pressure on the rest of the T side now. Cold has been holding outside of B for a very long time and has not really managed to get any kills over there. That's always fun if you can draw someone towards the B bomb site with an early kill.
Oh, this is not great. Naf is actually rotating away from the B bomb site. He's in connector. That's dangerous. If he goes down, Taco has no support. Everyone else on the other side of the map, and they're actually going to attack mid, which is great for Team Liquid. Nitro holding the line. He sees so many. Doesn't know where to aim, though. This is an awkward fight for him, and eventually he does lose out. So does ELEAGUE, but the knife comes out from Tarek. Low HP, and somehow Liquid just barely hold on to that attempt from MiBR.
Yeah, I really don't want to see that again. That was such a weird fight in the middle. 2 people standing right on top of each other, almost bumping into each other.
Yeah.
What if a grenade lands on top of them? I mean, there's so many ways that could have gone really badly, but it worked out, and in the end, even without the bullets, it still gets some action in.
I think it's interesting that I mean, I guess they have the bomb going towards door throughout all that, but I actually thought MiBR was going to take mid control and go towards that B bomb site, which would have been dangerous with the way Naf rotated. Obviously, with the way it works out in the end, looks like a very good decision for Naf. Or it was a very good decision for Naf.
And they get to salvage 2 AK-47, so that's always fun when you could do that.
Got some kits now as well.
Yeah, starting to build it up. And double Galil, C-set 75 on the other side. So they are, on the other hand, not looking too hot at the moment in terms of the weaponry.
This is a lean to the B bomb site for MiBR. Fur just causing some ruckus. But you can see Nitro's up in the vents, Naf up top, and Taco inside of that B bomb site. So if MiBR continues with this plan of attack, that's a pretty tough setup to get through, although Naf has just rotated away. Fur has done enough to kind of pull that rotation.
Nitro and Taco are almost standing on top of each other, and if they get Molotov out of there, that could be dangerous. This first setting up the Molotov for the vent. See Nitro, taking a fair bit of damage. He's going to try and one-way smoke it, though, or at least create a bit of a gap that might be hard to catch. And they are moving very close. Stewie is right behind him as well. This could get dangerous. Molotoving all the way in the back. That smoke, surely they're going to check it. Such a tell that that's going on. And they counter boost to try and look for him, and somehow Nitro comes out on top. That's actually pretty impressive, and Naf is now chiming in. 2 big kills for him as Fur also goes down to ELEAGUE. And that's pretty much the round. Tariq now in a 1 versus 4. Not going to stand any chance at all. That was... It looked like they were right on the lip of that bomb side. They could have exploded into it, but they never really made it.
They wanted to take out Nitro. They know that's a very strong position, and especially it helps for the retake. So the smoke kind of gives away where he was, which is why it was a bit of a risky play for Nitro. Obviously handles it well. But again, you know, we're going to say that name of Naf. I mean, he gets aggressive towards checkers. He doesn't want to give him the space. He wants to deny everything. And when Naf plays like that, this Liquid can be a tough team to beat. I mean, when he's being proactive and aggressively taking those fights that we know he likes.
I would even argue we haven't even seen the real Naf in this tournament yet. Like,
okay.
He's been good. He's been playing a good game. It's not that, but it's just that the last 10% that he has is so ridiculous. I love it. It's just, especially when you consider what a calm guy he usually is in real life. Can be quite the opposite in the game. Nitro goes down, and that's an interesting kill to begin with. It's hard to build something behind when you don't have any armor, but you know, still counts as economic damage.
Well, what it does is it shifts the defense. No one has eyes on mid. First, gonna get close up before they're even aware. ELEAGUE is checking for it. He's keeping his eyes on it, and he's gonna take that fight down highway. There goes Stewie. So now into a 4-on-4, and Liquid has forced back any aggression that MiBR wanted to have at the A bomb site at that point. Quickly going to shift over. Bomb is in Fallen's hands in vents. Taco not inside the site. He might have taken his eyes off it for too long and be worried that someone could already be pushing close up. But at some point, he's going to have to get in. ELEAGUE under a lot of pressure, tapping away. There's the swing. Well managed. And now retreating.
Yeah, they're like a pet armor on the other side. Well, good job all around. In fact, 2 of the USP kills there, just headshots from ELEAGUE. And a triple overall for him. This is... a nice return into the round from Liquid, and much earlier than we sometimes see.
Yes.
They've decided to just
lower
the difficulty a little bit.
3-0 run after going down 0-3, and we're going to get a timeout from MiBR as they have another bye coming in, obviously. And we want to talk things over about what they've seen in these past 3 rounds that they could exploit.
What have you seen, Moses, that they could exploit? What could be something that would maybe even just get them the first kill? Maybe that's the first. That's always an easy way. You don't maybe have to plan the whole round all of the time. You can't just try and plan for that first step.
I'd like to see them go at some point for some mid control beyond just kind of sending Fur out to frag. You know, I think the only time they've done it is really send one player out. They've thrown the Molotov into vents a couple times and not had presence.
Yeah.
But
they've got these sandbags as well.
Yes. And I mean, if you like, it's just so strong on this. It's so difficult to hold, and especially if a CT team is going to have some players out in mid without aggressively holding it, it feels like go for it, because he's either going to give it up for free or he's going to fight, and you're going to have a chance for a kill.
Well, let's try to see how they handle it in this round after a quick timeout. Usually, Fallen has been very good in the past at coming up with cool stuff in those timeouts. I don't know what that is.
Which is something I figured you would know all these weird smokes.
I mean,
maybe he sneezed when he was lining it up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like a statement, you know. Like,
I don't need this.
Yeah, and I know where you guys are. Check this out.
Well, Tariq knows where Naf is, so he just gives it up. I'm gonna fall back and readjust that B defense, maybe reboost him in as they take control of checkers. That smoke is still there, faded, so a bit of a risky boost late for the defense, but Tariq is aware of the possibility. Here's Naf, has the peak, has the line. 50-50 battle for those two.
Yeah, it really feels like it. I'm kind of a little bit surprised that Naf sticks around afterwards just for the grenade potential, but actually looking at it, they really don't have a lot on the T side right now, which obviously is a problem. 2 smokes and a Molotov.
They've used a lot and not gained anything, haven't they?
Yeah.
They're nowhere. I mean, they have Fur out in mid, and that's about it. So he'll have a flank up highway late.
He's waiting. There's a patience battle in the middle between him and Nafly. They're just trying to see if they could do it, and Fur eventually wins. So that is really big. Considering the grenades, they needed something to crack this all open with Twist. Going to be downed on the boost. Fallen takes him down, and somehow they just stroll onto the bomb site with 10 seconds left. Get the bomb plant down as well. This is supposed to be pretty difficult.
Yeah, it did look far too easy, didn't it? An awkward route for Taco to handle, though, coming out of doors. As Fallen wraps all the way around to check. You know, Taco has to keep, I mean, not Taco, excuse me, it was Twist boosted up, I believe.
Yes.
He was the one who has to keep kind of his eye. He can't, like, just give it up and swing over to fight players at door in case someone comes out of main. So, pretty interesting way to take the bomb site. But still, shouldn't have been that easy. Fur is still alive in mid and waiting to take some weapons away. Liquid want that gun out of his hands, and they're going to get it. So 2 players survive for Liquid, 2 players surviving so far for MiBR. But they're going to go for more. A missed shot from Tarek. He's going to follow it up, but that fight is just too much. But a 4th round for MiBR as they respond out of the timeout.
It's such a big weapon to have in your team if you do those timeouts and make the next round work. It obviously gives some confidence to all of the players that that's really worth it. So we'll see in the 8th round. It does cost a lot for Liquid, even if they save those 2 rifles. Still, really only one of them can buy if they lose a round. So yeah, they need to keep winning.
Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. Nitro with that op. And connector, ELEAGUE at sandbags. Pretty quiet across the map as ELEAGUE wants to get aggressive in mid. Just spotting for anyone on the truck, anyone being boosted up on the box.
Well, Fallen, I think, was boosted up on that ice cream truck all the way in the back
yesterday,
there.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, so maybe they're remembering that. Just want to make sure that it doesn't happen again. Twist and ELEAGUE all the way over at the A side, or at least gravitating that way.
Looks like Twist might have a job to do coming up here. Stewie's already at the door. Tarek lining up smoke. Fallen and Fur in A main with Cold Zero not far behind, and then you can already see the rotation is in. Smoke's going to be for the bomb site. Twist has to make a decision whether he wants to commit or fall away.
That Molotov goes a little bit too far into main, so they can actually walk past it. Otherwise, that's a really good idea to buy time. But they're on the site, and the bomb is going to be planted. Fur in charge of it. Planting a little bit close to default, which means I think someone can still defuse on the other side. I wanted to be a little bit further back so that you can hold it from main, but it's a 5-on-5 for the afterplant. ELEAGUE with a flank. He's very slow right now, and I wonder if they're not just going to run out of time. If they wait for ELEAGUE, that might just be too late here. Good flashbangs coming in and Fallen. Oh, he's going to go down. Twist, that's a really important kill. Making that work. Tarek going to win the fight against ELEAGUE, so they waited a long time for that to happen. It doesn't really work out, and now it's a 4-on-4. Fur close range here, and they're getting chewed up in the crossfire. Fur, more damage being output. Good double kill for him. They simply have to back off. So, looked like Liquid weren't really sure how they wanted to retake that.
Well, it's so tough. I personally don't like watching teams do 5-on-5 full HP retakes in post-bomb plant. It makes me feel really uneasy when teams do it. It's such a hard battle to win as well. But the fact is, you know, as I mentioned, Twist had to make a decision whether he was going to stay in front of that smoke and just take whatever fights came his way, or whether he was going to fall back and play at retake. And once you kind of make that decision to fall back, you know, if he stays in fights and gets 1 or 2 kills, his teammates can come through the smoke and help him. But if not, then it's a 4-on-5, and you have to think retake or save at that point. So. Yeah. I mean, Twist plays the team game and just says we'll all retake together and see what happens. And, you know, Fur hit some stunning shots as well, holding the bomb site, so fair play.
Well, they've got some upgraded pistols and that submachine gun. They're playing it very aggressively, but MiBR, they see it coming. This is heads-up play for them to be defensive early in this round, make sure that they weren't going to get caught off guard. That seems to have really paid off.
Those were Stewie's first kills of the game. Those 2 of the pushing in door. He's had a rough time of it. Equally on the Team Liquid side, Nitro at 2 kills. There's Taco pushed up in mid. He gets taken down. Naf still hasn't gotten involved in any way with that M4, and doesn't even look like he's going to get a chance. Down to very low HP, and the Glock should be able to finish him off, but he backs away. They're going to take that out of his hands, surely, by the end of it. So it will be 6-3. Both teams going on 3-round runs and exchanging them back and forth.
Well, they know where one of them is, yeah. Still able to take him down. Even tried for the wallbang, which you absolutely can do. Another round, so 6-3. Starting to become a very good first half here for MiBR. I don't think they're near the finish line. We've seen this already on Cash in the tournament, that even if you get a lot of rounds on the T side, you can end up struggling heavily on the CT side. So you can't really how do you take your foot off the gas yet? Need a bit more, like up towards 9 rounds, I think. That's where you start to feel real good.
9 on the T side makes you happy?
9, 10-ish.
That's your thing?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a bit skeptical when it comes to T rounds on cash.
Nice kill from Taco. Takes the op right out of Fallen's hands. Smoke goes down. Seen a number of times Liquid get aggressive across the map. Remember they had that pick off towards A main earlier. Good nade follow up on coldzera. Nothing too crazy, but nice idea. Now look again, going for that push. Twist and ELEAGUE taking over. But with all this aggression on the extremities of the map, MiBR realized that middle is going to be weak. So Fur's already up towards the highway box with Tarek to back him up.
I mean, first timing is obviously world class. So if he can swing around the corner at the right time and get the right headshot, that cracks everything open.
This position is just so versatile, right? They can keep him here, and they can actually attack a bomb site with 3 players and use him to lurk or cut off a rotation. They can have him instigate. They can have him do an aggressive lurk, and that's a missed smoke, and that's not ideal. And they don't realize it's missed unless Stewie kind of calls it out. So Fur might turn this corner, and maybe they do realize, maybe he does know he threw it incorrectly as no one's tried to use it in any way. Taco with another kill towards that B bomb site. Well played from him in this round. 2 frags. Put his team in a big advantage.
Surprised that they're leaving Taco alone on the B-bomb side, considering that they have 5 people alive. Although ELEAGUE is flanking in behind them, so there's going to be some help. But Taco really needs to stay alive right now. They're getting very close to entering this bomb site. 15 seconds on the clock, and he's got a flashbang primed, ready to set up some sort of pop flash. Turning around, oh, he catches absolutely everybody. That's a really... He doesn't even get the kills, but still, that's a good pop flash.
Yeah, shout out. That's 1 assist for the damage and another assist for the blind player, isn't it? That's one that won't show up in the stats sheet, but all around a great job from Taco. Shutting things down as the anchor.
I think what they wanted to do with that smoke that failed towards top of the highway is they wanted to prevent any vision for Liquid in the middle, and I think robbing them of that vision, they were hoping that they would gravitate more towards the A-bomb side and be a little bit more scared that there was going to be some sort of push happening there.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think it would have worked just because Team Liquid already had 3 players at that A-bomb site, right? And then
they were in main, right?
Yeah,
so.
And obviously when you're kind of quiet across the map, that's when ELEAGUE starts flanking. I guess that's the big takeaway for that round. MiBR has to avoid, obviously, a round like that where they lose 2 players, but I mean, what Taco pushes up, gets that first kill, the next kill is coldzera just in a duel and loses that to Taco, and sure, that's not going to happen every single time, but you just kind of, the other rounds where they've actually executed and hit a bomb site together have been very good.
I think it's worth highlighting, I think that point you made as well, just to say there's like 2 levels to missing a smoke. One is that you missed it so that it doesn't do what you wanted it to do. But it might be even worse if you don't know that it's missed, so you're sort of playing off a false assumption at that point in time, That could be scary. Ooh. What a peek. Taking down for, this is so aggressive. Deep towards the sunroom and still picking up the kill, and he's hanging around. This is frustrating right now for MiBR. They're going to be really upset at this.
Well, here's that extra 10% that you mentioned, Anders. Tough part is there's a gap in that smoke. And if Naf just tries to leisurely walk away, it's not going to go well for him. But that's a pretty dirty off angle. Like, if anyone tries to go to the B bomb site, I cannot imagine anyone checking that.
No, I mean...
if they do, they're just a god.
It'd have to be a couple of players in the world maybe that would have the foresight to think about something like that. It seems like they're going to leave it alone, actually, and just... The problem is, because of Naf's position, they can hold 3 men towards the A-bomb side on the other side, so still very tough, I think, to make a breakthrough on that side of it.
It's not an easy thing. And do they have Nitro boosted up? No, he's just got the op. There's the opening kill, not even falling back. Nose door is a danger. Fallen walks right into it. The follow-up as well. Tarek, that flashbang didn't work nearly as much as he wanted it to. Another great round for Team Liquid, and these have been phenomenal, not only in the victories, but in how many players they're keeping alive while doing it. I think Stewie and coldzera, the only plan that they can have at the moment is just fall back and save the weapons.
Which they're going to need in the upcoming rounds. They really don't have the money to rebuy them, so why not?
I think these might be the only 2 rifles they have.
Yeah.
Could be SMG, upgraded pistols on the other 3 if they want to go for a force up, and we've seen MiBR go for some crazy buys. Taco's on the hunt. He wants to prevent that from happening. I don't think he's going to be able to. 3 seconds, and yeah, that smoke should stop it. I don't want to... He's going to go through. Oh, my lord. Flashbang. That's perfect. Pop flash. He does it so well. They all do. And that denies a lot of money. I'll eat my words every day of the week for a play like that.
Really well done. And I mean, that isn't the sort of player that we normally associate with Taco anyway, right?
No,
it's a little bit more careful. Good stuff.
Holy hell.
Exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth.
I did not expect that. I was like, oh, Taco, what you doing?
Well, it's all worth it. I mean, even if he goes down, it's not. They can live with that. But
yeah, well, I mean, the big thing is it obviously prevents any kind of a buy, right? Like, yes, it's an easier purchase, 2 AKs and like 3 pistols or so, but this gives you just a much easier round to equalize things. At 9-6 that you wanted, Anders, it's not looking too good for MiBR.
It's slipping right now, especially when you factor in the economy. Don't know what Fallen took so much. Was that ELEAGUE putting that out? I guess it must have been. One good grenade, if he had one, would be the end of it. He's going to fall back instead. Does not want to fight. Again, there's no reason to lose any rifles in this round. They will lose one. A bomb plant, even, I think, is going to be going down. So that's great news. Molotov should still be able to complete the plant. Yeah.
I'm very confused by that defense. But here we go. Should be easy for them to be able to retake this. Stewie's got to challenge this. Try and keep him away. Do whatever he can. Twist is going to fall. So a couple nice kills in the plant. That'll be a victory for MiBR, especially when you consider how wrecked their economy is from 2 players dying after the timer last round. I don't know how strong their buy will be in this one either way, though. Although they're going to buy. It's going to be decent. They have 1 player who's hurting, but other than that, MiBR is going to have another strong purchase here. They can even have the AWP if they choose.
It's one of the times, though, where the bomb plant actually helps them. The extra $800 on everybody, definitely a factor in this round, especially in terms of the grenades. So, not a bad win to have. 6-6. You talked about sort of getting a little bit more mid-control with more than just fur, and they haven't really still done that. Like, not in the way that you were talking about.
They haven't at all, and here comes play towards the B-bomb site, perhaps. 4 people here. And it makes sense to send a decent amount of bodies. They've had 2 rounds now where Liquid's got aggressive. Oh, this is so fast-paced. They've already spotted Taco. He's in some trouble. They've got to wait for this flashbang. It's coming in. He's burning all the meanwhile. Great shot. It's the best Taco could have hoped for. And now Naf, he steps up to the plate. He's got 3 stunning headshots. He's shutting down MiBR. And that is a brilliant defense.
See, when I said we hadn't seen the full level of Naf yet, that's what I'm talking about right there. What an absolute beast. It's just so wild. Because it happens so quickly as well. That just his aim is incredible.
It's really nice control.
See, I thought, because I think Taco realized that he was caught as well. I actually thought Taco would try and smoke himself off, but you could even tell that he just took a deep breath before he peeked, and it was just beautiful, wasn't it?
All right, here we go. I mean, again, even with that, you have to shout out for Naf the quick response. Maybe Taco called for it. It's like, they saw me, you're gonna need to pop flash, and that flashbang comes in to allow Taco to get that kill. So I mean, 3 frags and an assist for Naf in the round. And a much more faster pace. That is a change of pace round that we see catch teams off all the time, and Liquid handled it great.
6-7. I think they have a very strong first half on their hands right now, Liquid. They're going to be very happy no matter what. Nitro catching Fur, trying to transition to the other side of middle. What is this?
He's peeking underneath the shot, right? Just popping up, saying hi.
Almost whack-a-mole, wasn't it?
That is the worst whack-a-mole to play. It's like, if you lose, you die.
Yeah, you wouldn't participate.
I wouldn't participate.
I don't think there's a carnival in the world where that happens.
I'm sure there's been one of the dark times in history. It depends on what the prize is, I guess, you know?
Yeah?
Every man's got his prize, Sanders.
Okay. if we put Slinkies on the other side, Moses, would you be...
No, Slinkies wouldn't be worth it.
All right. Okay. Just testing, you know, I don't know how strong your commitment is to
my Slinky craft?
Yeah.
It's not that strong. Surprisingly. Oh, here we go again. And at that time, were they turned from it? Not much must have come in.
They were turned for... So I don't know why they were both turned, though. That seemed weird, you know.
That's an aggressive challenge. Oh, right through the box. The pre-fire shot. Don't see Fallen get outplayed like that too often, but Nitro's done it here.
That fly going to be going down in return, though, but yeah, that's going to be very frustrating. Taco's pushed up outside of B, and they don't seem to be ready for it. He's hitting some really good headshots right now, continuing the spray and taking down for even controlling the bomb now. This is definitely a kind of Taco that we haven't necessarily seen when he was actually on the Brazilian side. So it's good to see a different kind of depth to him as a player, which is, I guess it's hard to have too much flex when you're playing with the likes of Cold Zero and Fur in a team. Like, you're not going to have that much space, so maybe a bit more here on Liquid. 9-6 in their favor in the first half. I think that's a terrific first half.
Yeah, it really is. Quite a tag, and then he goes for the follow-up as well. Two great shots through the box. And you're right, Taco flexing a little bit in this half. We've seen some of that aggression. It is nice to see him kind of breaking out of his shell in that fashion. 14 kills for NAF, 14 kills for Twist to lead the way for Team Liquid. And yeah, 9-6, you lost the Pistron, you went down 0-3. There was another 3-round run for MiBR in there. And you end it with 6 straight.
Stewie had that double kill in one of the rounds where they had pistols or something, and then...
Yes, when they pushed him door one round.
Right, and then he's had 1 since that.
So he's ended the half on 3 kills total.
3 kills, yeah.
If my maths are correct. That's tough.
It definitely is, and especially I think on the T side, usually Stewie's such a playmaker. Like he's one of those ones you can call him up and say, you know, we need an entry here, we need a kill there.
I get the sense, and this is just a personal thing, I don't actually have any evidence for it, so take that for what it's worth, but, you know, in that interview I did with him when I asked him about that, and he said, you know, I'm very, like, happy in my role, I'm very, you know, I'm adjusting to it, I'm comfortable with what they've given me, but it does feel like, you know, some of the things that he did on Cloud9 are taken away from him, are limited, so
yeah.
You can kind of look at that and say, maybe there are still some kinks to work out, and that, I guess that's kind of an obvious thing, but it seems like he has been hit a little bit harder by sort of a diminished role and being able to do the things that he likes to do.
Yeah, I mean, we'll track the progress obviously over the next couple of months and see if there's a big change in it. Smoke towards the forklift, between the container and the forklift, and see if they can make this work. Round number 16, the second half. Still the first map here. The first match of the day. There's so much more coming, so stick around and invite your friends. Taco has all of his friends with him, and they're going to get those opening kills. Twist to land both the headshots with the bomb plant to follow up. Very tricky retake coming in. They're all running in from the same side. That already could be a bit of a problem. They have one smoke to try and lure somebody out, but this is going to be tricky. They smoke off towards main where nobody's holding.
Yeah, they can't possibly know that, but that smoke is going to be useless. Twist for the initial hold at the default plant spot. Great goosh, and yeah, this should be MiBR just falling apart, but Fallen is keeping him in this, and actually a 1-on-2 now.
They gave him so much to work with. Fallen, 3 kills in the round. If they can win this back, that'd be huge. Cold Zero to pick it up, and even without the kit, they're going to have the time for it. That is a big misplay for Team Liquid.
That one hurts. That's both pistols now that they've had some wild misplay. Again. Yeah.
They weren't really forced into I mean, some of these shots are also really out of the world, but...
That's a good point. When you do see it like this, like he did get 2 one-taps, right? And they did, it's not like they made like mispeaks. They're all peaking at that same choke point when they're entering the bomb site. That was actually well played from Team Liquid. Didn't convert the kills.
I actually might retract that.
Yeah, they played that. They actually played that pretty well. You just can't do it sometimes, can you?
No, from the other angle, it kind of looked like they were carelessly fighting him, but... He just destroyed them.
Yeah, that's exactly where you want to take those fights. As they enter into that choke point on the side, it had just fallen.
Different angles at the same time. Like, yeah, I don't even know.
What can you do?
Nothing, apparently. Just no chance. Seems unfair, doesn't it?
It does a little bit.
So bomb plant did go down, and they've only invested moderately into this round on Liquid, which is surprising to nobody. They're going to have rifles in the next round. See what they can do, and I think, you know, MiBR, they saw this coming. They have all the MP9s in the world.
Kills can Team Liquid get? They've got a Deagle on Twist. We know that's been pretty dirty throughout this tournament, and actually a nice little tag on a Tarek. 53 HP. Twist is going to try and come clean him up. A long way for Tarek to fall back. They know he's got to be in lockers. He is not peeking, though. Taco down very low, and they're just going to give up that fight. They know they've got him boxed in. They just can't do anything. Good kill from ELEAGUE. Might just be the only one, and Stewie pushing up on the flank. He's hungry to get on the board, isn't he?
I can't blame him. You know, if you can get some kills in a round like this, where even if they're sort of close to eco frags, it still kind of counts, you know? Yeah. At least you get one.
Anything to boost your confidence when you hit that tab button.
Exactly right. That's what you want.
No one likes to hit tab and see 3.
No, I don't know. I mean, I guess in some situations you can justify it, but I feel like 3 is a low number regardless, right? Like it's a little bit too low. But if you've done enough for your team, maybe you can.
This is a cool thing that we're seeing out of MiBR in the way that we're watching them use timeouts. And a lot of times when MiBR has been at their best and at their peak, they've played through a lot of problems. We've actually seen them. They're one of those teams that you feel like they could have taken a timeout, but they chose not to. They used 2 in the first half. This is their 3rd, so they're really making sure to like talk things over, like making sure they're all on the same page. Obviously, new lineup very early on in the lifespan, but just an interesting switch.
We've had them in the past, I think, having 2 or 3 timeouts left going into overtime. Like that, it's been that much. So you're right. Still, getting a good start on the CT side, I think, is actually... I think that's critical for them to stay in this map. I think if they'd lost the pistol, that would probably be the end of it. So...
It is mental to think. In the first half, Liquid lost a 3 versus 1 on the pistol. In the second half, they lost a 4 versus 3, like, post-plant as well. That's going to be heartbreaking for them if they can't close this map out despite that.
Oh, those 2 rounds could be what cost them the map, basically. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Again, pretty aggressive setup here in main. Trying to get close, I think, with the MP9s as much as they can, which is reasonable. Oh, Taco could have bought maybe 1 or both. A lot of damage onto Tarek, just 3 shots coming through.
He's playing with fire there. Taco spamming the door, falling back as he runs out of bullets. It's only Tarek and Fallen inside of the site. Fur's over at the truck.
They have 1 flashbang on Liquid.
And a lot, but they've got AKs. They can actually, really kind of posture well. Now they know, one's to the left. That's a great nade, though, and a good reposition from Fur, but he's not expecting Nitro that close. The SMG cannot win that fight quick enough. Taco's still waiting at door, which means Fallen is locked out of this fight. This is so intense. A lot of time for rotations to come in for MiBR as well. You can see Stewie on his way.
Yeah, but there's someone waiting for him in the middle. That's Snapfly to take down Stewie. They had this set up really nicely, Liquid. It's still a 3-on-3. Again, they've got AKs and everything else to work with, and I don't know how Tarek is still alive. He's been wall banged down so much in this round already. Gonna go for it a little bit, down to 1 health. Backup is there, but it's not gonna be enough, and Twist will take down Fallen. coldzera now. 1 versus 3. He's got the AK-47. Another one of those times where you have to say, don't give him the opportunity.
Well, Mav's gonna start him out. Twist needs to just hide. The best thing that Team Liquid has going for them is the manpower, and this is going to be tough. Taco looks like he wants to take an off-angle fight, and that can be so deadly. Bombs planted inside of the bomb site. I don't think Taco can actually see it from main. So coldzera, 1 more mistake not being given to him, and I think that's going to prompt him to just kind of give this one up and go for a late frag on the exit.
Yeah, hoping for it. If it was a 1 versus 1, he would have the Molotov. He could pull some tricks, but very hard to find both the players with not that much time left. So gonna be the end of the round. Liquid will pick it up, and I think from their point of view, winning that first rifle round, especially with the limited utility, that's such good news. Look at the money for MiBR. They really don't have a lot.
No, they really don't. How many kills did Liquid get last round? 2 at most? We actually can't see on our scoreboard. I thought you'd enable that command, Anders. You are the master of that.
Listen, no, none of us have. I feel like I'm not at fault here, Moses.
I think most was 2. I think they might have only gotten 1. But either way, it is kind of surprising to see MiBR's money this kind of busted. AK on coldzera, M4 on Fur, SMG on Stewie, and 2 scouts. This would be huge if Liquid can eviscerate their money this early on in the second half.
Double scout. I've seen Fallen hit ridiculous scout headshots in the past.
I've seen Tarek hit some ridiculous scout headshots in the past.
You think that's what's going to happen here? Are we gonna see some of that? I feel like when you see someone scout and specifically look for headshots, it always is a little bit tense because they have to spend like an extra half a second to really line up the shot, and usually that's where you die. But
I don't think you do that in this round if you're MiBR. I think you go for body shots as well, considering you have 2 rifles and an SMG. I think you're fine with the damage more than anything. I'm not sure if that's a conscious decision that most players make. I imagine it would be. Regardless, Tarek, I mean, this A bomb site is pretty susceptible. Liquid doesn't know that. It has been. Now they're actually shifting. You can see all the dots on the mini-map rotating over. That's Tarek getting into the site, Fur getting over to the forklift, and Stewie is the one back at the truck. So unfortunately for Team Liquid, their idea, this plan of attack seems like it's just a few seconds late. They're going to hit a much stauncher defense than they're probably expecting.
Yeah, they very well might. There's not that much time left. Tarek does go down, but big kill from Fur, big follow-up. Quick double, he almost could have had that one, but Taco running in on him, and Nitro will take down Stewie, so they get a little bit of control on the bomb site here. It's still a 2-on-2 with 15 seconds, so They have to get the bomb plant down fairly quickly. That Molotov, though, forcing them off the plant. That's big news, and I don't know how coldzera won that secondary fight, but he did, making it a triple and putting MiBR right back in the game. That Molotov to stop the plant is so big.
That was key. That was actually massive. This is great from Fur, though. 1 kill here. All the utility is gone. Nothing to force him out. 3 players defending this bomb site slowed it down just enough. And yes, the follow-up is great. 22 health. Nitro could have just hit him with 1 bullet, and you could see. Stewie said they were quiet, and they were all serious. Now, coldzera's getting into it.
I like that. I don't want them to be quiet and serious. I want them to scream and celebrate when things are going right. It's always more fun, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. That's how we need to get... Especially if you ever talk to any of the... If anyone ever gets a chance to, like, interview any of the Brazilian players or the old school guys from that scene, I've heard some of the stories. Just ask them about, like, some of the old school Brazilian lands that they've had. Yeah,
are they better than the old school Polish lands? Because
I don't know.
That was wild.
I don't know that scene too intimately, but they have some wild, wild stories.
Back when Luke was still around, things got a little bit crazy.
I can imagine.
WMP, CSET 75 and a Desert Eagle there on Taco, so very limited in the utility or just the weaponry department in general here for Team Liquid. I actually think MiBR has turned a corner in this game right now. They could really start to stack it up.
Look at this setup, though. Awkward flashbang pitches coldzera, and it's all over. They're going to turn the corner. They're going to check for it. No, they need to get that kill, but here's Stewie pouncing. He's got 1, but they can actually leave him alone. Just get the bomb planted, but they're not going for it quite yet. Good kill from ELEAGUE. Getting into the bomb site is going to be rough, but Nitro handles it, and Liquid might steal one away.
Oh, what an awkward round. It really felt like they had it, but somehow they got so close onto the bomb site. They actually ran onto the bomb site by the time that the CTs realized what was going on. Retaking with an MP9 and an AWP. It really doesn't feel like it should be possible. Well, Naf is coming in from the other side. Tarek is gone, and yeah, save the AWP now. There's no doubt about it. They pretty much know that Fallen is not going to be on this side now, so they could probably guess. That's just pure theft, isn't it, Moses? They stole that round.
They really did, and this is why we talk about Cache as one of those maps that teams just hate playing CT side, and this is why, you mentioned the confidence of getting to 9 rounds on the T side because of things like that. MiBR has utility. They have the smoke and the choke point, everything you want as a defender, and Liquid just, in this map, you can use that as the T side. You just sneak into that smoke, you pause and you wait. A little bit of utility, Molotov, a pop flash, and you're in business. So you don't need a whole lot to make anything work, and the terrorist teams can sometimes get so close before you're ready for it. That is a really nasty little timing that Team Liquid found. In a back and forth trade these past 4.
If you're going to lose both the pistols, especially in the fashion that they did, winning one of these rounds like that, especially because it causes such a lot of economic damage on the other side, that almost makes up for at least one of them. Fallen trying for it, but without the head armor, I think he got tagged through the side of the wall and almost went down to it. And now the grenades, 1 good HE on him here, and he's going to be absolutely gone. Could still be dangerous, though. That one-shot potential. Tarek has gone down. And that means they have pretty much the AWP left in this round to do real damage with. Oh, he's going to get Molotov, isn't he?
I don't think anyone's there to really... Oh, yeah, they are. They're waiting for him. Now they know. They know exactly where he is. Spam coming through the smoke. He's got a teammate coming to connector to help him out. And ELEAGUE wisely wants none of this fight. See the reaction from the defense. You've still got a minute. You've got 1 kill, and...
Good night.
Get out of my face. Jesus.
He just wanted to check on Fur if he was all right.
Feel that one tomorrow. ELEAGUE can't handle coldzera, and actually, that's a great job from coldzera and Fur. Fur's been so patient in a tough spot. Another Molotov. He's surely dead this time. Poor guy. There's only so much you can do. It's just coldzera and Fallen.
Leave the poor bastard alone.
There's still danger in this round, though, with coldzera inside the bomb site, although he's completely blind. The bomb is rotating away. Good shot from Fallen, but Liquid should have the information. They know where the AWP is, and that's the main weapon they want to avoid. He's only got 3 HP as well, so if I'm Fallen, my main goal in this round is save that AWP. As you said, the economy situation is trash. What?
I don't know. I just don't know. You should generally, when you watch Fallen and coldzera, you just take nothing for granted.
They're going for this now.
2-on-2. They just had a round stolen from them. Maybe They feel like a little bit of revenge if they can. They need an opening, though, and it has to be fairly quick. Cold Zero bouncing out of the vent. They definitely heard that. He's looking for the headshot position. They're staying so hidden inside. They've got no reason to fight this as well because there's no kit, no grenades or anything on the other side. And now Cold could at least get some parting kills. Not quite yet. And he's just going to watch and wait. Another round, 12-9 in favor of Team Liquid here. It got very close at the end there.
How did Fallen win that against NAF? 3 HP, just instantly to the head.
He was backing up as well. Like, it was just a weird fight, wasn't it?
You can just see, I mean, the power of Fallen. Remember, he's been at 3 HP that whole time.
Look at his crosshair sort of bouncing up and down a bit.
He's at 3 HP that whole round, still going for fights, still going for peaks, and even still going for that retake right at the end.
And also, the aggressive peek into Squeak is such a classic Fallen thing as well. Like, so many games throughout the last 3 years or more where when they're down, when they're in trouble, it's Fallen that sort of goes a little bit aggressive with the AWP, and I mean, a lot of the time it works. Hard to stop him. Still, the economy is low. AK and AWP on that CT side.
And this is when it gets so tense for Team Liquid. Like, how do you think about how you want to play this round when you know there's an AWP, you know there's an AK, you don't know if there's upgraded pistols behind it, you don't know if you're going to get any easy or free kills out of this. 12-9, such a big junction in the game. You can really cripple MiBR. Still don't have great money, and obviously a win in this round likely takes the AWP away, at the very least. And I think if you're Liquid as well after this, maybe you, if you have the players to go for it, you hunt down that AWP. You don't let them get away. We've seen them freeze up in these situations in the past when they have all the advantages. Utility coming out towards mid. It's a fake. Posturing for an A execute. No bodies being shown, just Taco having presence at door. Cold Zero, they don't even check it. Nitro doesn't even expect that possibility. Cold Zero eventually does get traded, but Liquid might have to fall back. All the rotations are in for MiBR, but it looks like they're committed to this.
Yeah, they're running out of time quick. If they want to change this up, they're going to have to make their choice right now, and they are gravitating back towards the A side. Tarek is not going to be happy about that.
They can't slow down. Fallen's on the way. He could actually get there with that ult.
Tarek, if he can get the kill, maybe he could slow them down just enough. 15 seconds. Tarek trying to make himself a little bit bigger than he is, and Fallen gets one shot, but they've already crossed on over. A couple of more seconds, you're absolutely right. He would have been there to stop them even getting out onto the bomb site. That could have been something. Still a 3-on-3 now. Fur going down makes that a lot more difficult. And again, Nafly is really having a big impact on so many of these rounds. Almost catching up to Twist, who is at the top of the scoreboard right now with 20 kills.
Yeah, he's warming up into things. ELEAGUE having a good game as well. The Americans on the MiBR side, Tarek and Stewie. Still some allegiance to the motherland.
Maybe that's the problem. Just secretly want the NA side to win. I don't know. I think just a couple of rounds ago, this is the third round on the road that Liquid have won. But before that, there was a really big chance that MiBR could have run away. That one round that they stole with that B push.
Yes.
If they hadn't done that, I think the CT side would have had so much money to work with. I think it would have been, I don't know, it would have been crazy.
This is kind of interesting, though. I mean, one thing that might dictate how this game actually ends up playing out is the fact that Fallen has been really successful at keeping this AWP in his hands. Like, they've been surviving with an AWP and an AK in these past couple rounds. Now they're going to have a double AWP setup on the cheap. Like, this is incredible efficiency that MiBR is getting out of what weaponry they can bring into these rounds, and that's going to be so tough. Like, Liquid would just love to be able to just fully reset this team at this stage in the game, and they're just not able to do it. It's either too costly on the initial exchange to hunt down, or it's just too close of a round to really go for those fights.
Yeah. We've seen, I mean, there are some Danish teams that are really good at doing this. I think both North and Astralis in the past have just, you never quite break them. They always have something that they can sort of ruin your round with, so definitely worth thinking about. Now, 3-man stack in the middle for MiBR. But that's a lot of power committed early on, leaving Cold Zero alone with the AWP deep in checkers and Fallen alone. So AWP on either bomb site and then 3 in the middle with rifles. That's the setup. I guess it works if you get the early kills, right? With the AWP, then you buy time. If not, you might just get run over.
Yeah, you're in some trouble if they just do that straight up execute. Although if anyone's going to be able to pull it off, it is someone like Fallen. I've seen him do crazier things.
He's hearing that door. Flashbang in his eyes. Let's see what he could do now. Just about the minute mark here. Molotov at his feet. He's going to have to move just a little bit. Tarek, that's an important kill. Taking down Taco. They're getting very close, and Fallen can't see anything. Nitro almost with the double follow-up. That would have been big. But Twist will be able to do it. Flanking around. Instant headshot. Taking down Stewie. And now it's Cold Zero and Firm. 2 on 3. Do they fight this?
Once the T's get that wide angle into the bomb site, it's so hard to stop them. There's ELEAGUE, though. He's caught up above, was never able to fall down. Now it's doable. Kit on the ground, first going to walk over it. Both players in quad, but no nades, no Molotov to force him out.
So going for the spray, but he's not going to be able to win it. Nafly on point with that one. And now Cold, again, they can't really risk it. They say WP is worth so much right now to MiBR, and Liquid will steal another round. It was very close, and the flashbangs, though, I mean, for that round on Fallen, I don't know how many seconds total he couldn't see anything, but it must have been a lot.
It had to have been frustrating as well. Liquid actually makes that take happen very nicely. I mean, the amount of shoulder peeks and pre-fire into the bomb site with flashbangs still coming out as well, because you're always daring Fallen to get. You could see he was trying to get a wider angle to take that peek in towards A main, and that's just pulling him into being vulnerable for the flashbangs. And that's such a dangerous game to play. It's such a fine line to ride. And Liquid managed it very well. Twist with the critical kills to turn the tide. 14-9 in another round where, I mean, yes, MiBR still able to bring it up. They've had an up, I feel like, in the past like 4 rounds, 5 rounds maybe, and they've lost all of them. So fair play, but at some point it's gotta pull you out of this slump.
I mean, all they really want right now, I feel like, if they can just get one early kill without losing anyone from that AWP, if they can just have one fight that isn't an all-in for Liquid, but that isn't happening. They're not being allowed to get that one kill that they can sort of back off from, and then they're playing 4 versus 5, and it feels a bit better. Double smoke in middle, usually to get up into the vent. That's a lot of damage suddenly, but Fallen going to be dropped, and that's obviously a problem. Now it falls. Oh, he's alone, isn't he? And down on the low ground as well. The Molotov at his feet. Somehow he gets Nitro. Still gonna find his own end. Taken down by Taco.
I can't believe he got 2 kills out of that. Tarek wants to go through that smoke, and Twist is just waiting for it. And he's on point. We mentioned Naf building up into this. Twist has been here the whole time. And the patience of Team Liquid now. A lot of smokes on the ground, which can be confusing. So they're fine with the bomb just laying where it is, because they know they're just playing. They're playing for the round win. Now it's given Stewie a chance to pick up an AK-47 and be dangerous. As you can see, Twist backed away. That gave him the opportunity to know exactly where he is now, but so much tougher for Team Liquid.
They should be winning this, and, well, instant kills. I mean, that looked like it was so favorable to them, and instead it's 15-9. We shouldn't be laughing, Moses, but that was... How did that end?
It happened. It was like the hype up moment. Oh, this would be difficult now. Stewie's got the AK, and then they both die immediately.
Okay, they're all in on this round. Double AWP. Tarek, yeah, there's a gun on the ground for him too, so let's just see. Actually, double up on either side. 4 AWPs in play.
All right. That's a switch up for Liquid. I mean, look at how they're using it as well. Twist just so far back in towards T-spawn. Maybe they're thinking there's going to be an aggressive play from MiBR since they've been losing. And, I mean, they're right.
He has an AK behind him, so if he doesn't want to do this anymore, he can just drop the AWP and pick up the AK instead.
I mean, they've won so many rounds in a row. He likely has a decent amount of cash built up that he can just swap it out. It's a bit of a risky game. You're investing a lot when there's still potentially 6 rounds to go, and that would have been a great pick to have. AWP tossed over to Taco, who we know is pretty decent with it, but the real snake in the grass is Fur. He never fell all the way back from that aggression indoor. Now he's just waiting for his moment.
Taco's checking it. Creeping in. That corner. Oh, Fur picked out at almost the right time there. Taco gonna Molotov it, and is he gonna spread? He does make his way back, but still taking a lot of damage. On top of what Stewie's already taken, this could definitely be a problem for them. Trying for the wall bang, or, I mean, there's another wall on the other side of that, but still.
Fair play to Taco, though. I mean, 20 HP, you can't necessarily do a whole lot in the round, and if you do one thing, it's at least force Fur away, force back the aggression. ELEAGUE is out in mid at highway box. Yeah, that's being watched by Fallen at the moment. There's a missed shot, I think, from Fallen, but they're going to aggress. There's a timing on this play from Fur. If that smoke clears, he's in some trouble, but now he's going to fall back. Taco to open the door. He spotted Fur, but low HP. He can't really take that fight. There's Fallen. 2 kills for him. He's got ELEAGUE in mid. Spins around to A main as well.
They're holding on to the map right now. MiBR, this is the time to make a big stand. 3 versus 4. Low on health, low on time as well. 6 seconds, and Nafly coming in with 2 kills. Just like that, they line up for him. He can't complete the third one, and time will run out, even with the bomb being attempted there. Taco gonna finish off Tarek, so a very expensive round, but CTs will have it simply due to time. 15-10, and now we're fighting for overtime here. And it can be done. The money's just not that good for Liquid. And you just mentioned it. Buying the extra AWP on top of the AK-47.
They might. I can't imagine that he would have done that at this stage in the game. I'm wondering if maybe he saved the op from the previous round and just bought the AK-47.
Could have been that way around.
Still expensive, but less expensive.
True. That could be. We'll have someone go back and investigate and find out how that played out.
Oh, nice shot from Taco. Picks off Fallen once again.
Beating his own captain, his former captain.
They're going for it. Everyone's here. They only have the pistols. Why not push in? Utilities down. coldzera's overexposed. This could be the end-enders coming through. Stewie's got to do everything. A quiet game, but this is a big role he can play.
For breaking in one of the vents, 3 on 4, but again, they don't have armor on 2 of them. They're kind of low on health. The bomb is going to be going down, but MiBR, they must retake this. Bouncing on in, Fur missing a lot of bullets there. Pistols out instead, and now Nafly, he has been on point this game. Can they make the cross against the Deagle or not? That's the big question. He's holding a dangerous line at the moment. Fur going down, Nitro, a couple of bullets to take care of that. And now it's on Stewie and Tarek. Can they make it back in the round? Oh, this map is going to be gone. Stewie, the only one left, and he's running out of time very quickly. Trying to jump around, but Taco will take him down. Point blank range with the AWP, and that's 16-10 in favor of Liquid.
What a T-side out of Liquid. Look at all those bomb plants.